We are on location for our film, Francois. We are making a concept film of a feature-length production that myself, Ross Syner, the director, and actor Dan François-Smith have written throughout this year. All based around an incredible true story. This is our makeshift soundstage. It's on location here at Didcot Railway Centre. Thank you to the team here, by the way, for being very accommodating. I say makeshift soundstage because it's actually an engine shed. This is where they carry out repairs and things like that to the carriages. But what served us really well is underneath there's a trench cut out to where the engineers can get underneath and carry out maintenance for the carriages. But for our purposes it works well because we can get cameras under there, we can get the actor under there nice and safely, attach him to the train and film what we've got to film. So that's why we chose this. And follow me in. As you can see, the carriage is here. It's all blacked out from the inside and outside with tarpaulin and foil and things like that. Just there is the trench where you can go underneath the train. But yeah, it just works well. We've got our video village over there. We can see exactly what's going on.
We're at the video village and we've got our monitors set up and we've got our Teradek rolling. Everything in there seems absolutely fine at the moment. Connor, our audio guys, set everything up here. Audio from actors and stuff like that. So we've got the guys who are sitting here, be able to see everything, listen to everything as it's going on, be able to call any of the shots as we're filming. If they see anything on here that we don't see as well, they can communicate with us on that as well. And then Jo down here is just setting up wireless follow focus with a monitor, and so she'll be up there. And yeah, this is Video Village. It is what it is.
Right, we just finished setting up for the day. Today was just a pre-light, making sure everything works ready for the morning. Had a couple of obstacles to get over, mainly around blue screen issues and a couple of lighting issues, but all been sorted. Just finishing off the set dress in this main carriage here. Been a long day, but looking forward to the next 2 days of shooting in this location here in Didcot. Day one of shooting, we are just prepping the officer's cabin, and reenactment group's just arrived, everyone's getting changed. Yeah, Director Ross is just running through the opening scene with one of the lead actors who's playing Wilhelm. Just getting the final bit of lighting done, and we'll be ready to rock.
Hi, I'm George and I'm playing Wilhelm Schmidt, and we've been given these uniforms as a costume which gives you a lot of the character, I suppose. These guys are incredible reenactors, and Neil over there is the guy in charge. He's got the answer for absolutely everything you need to know, so I think we're all very happy that Neil's here.
So I am playing Manfred Müller, who is one of the sort of driving figures in this little proof of concept. So his brother is killed by Francois. He never really learns who has killed his brother, but we see his progression from sort of nervous soldier to a really, he's really aggressive and angry by the end. It's just a little snapshot, I suppose, into it could be any soldier's life.
Welcome to day two. I'm footing ladders this morning. We're hanging a Nazi flag up in the gods. Flag is up. And this is where John, played by Dan, John's grandson, lays rest when as soon as we've done the opening scene where he's running across the field. This is where he sort of rests up for the night, falls asleep underneath the train. And in a moment we're going to shoot all the soldiers sort of loading onto these trains while John's underneath, and it's a very tense moment. And this is where John decides to sort of clamber and attach himself to the chassis of the train, otherwise he's going to be discovered by the German soldiers.
This is our hero who is clinging on to the underside of a train for a few days, so we're going to make him look dirty and sweaty and greasy. We're using a combination of alcohol activated inks and eyeshadows and castor oil.
This is the scene where John escapes on the train. He's been woken up by the Germans. They're all boarded now. John's in a massive panic. He knows the train's going to leave. He's got to get out of this situation. The only way of escape is through the train. So he's looking around everywhere, and then he grabs onto these two poles here, supporting his legs on this one, and his upper back on this part here. Finds himself comfortable. He's got to hang on for 3 days, so it's not going to be just sheer strength. It needs to be supported by his own body.
So for this particular film, I'm a red advocate, big fan of red cameras. It was a pick between an Alexa Mini and a Gemini. I knew in the conditions that we was going to be filming in, we was going to be in low light situations underneath trains, which are very, very, very difficult to light naturally. I'm going to name drop Aperture there and say Aperture have been the absolute go-to equipment for this shoot. 300Ds, 120D, Amarans and the smaller LEDs, they've all really come into play, and they've also complemented the Gemini, which was a very big decision to make, to use the Gemini, to get that low light, you know, with the low light mode. It's added so much depth, and it's made my life a hell of a lot easier to actually have a camera that's got that low light capabilities, and it's also red. Everything's raw, everything's really easy to work with. Loving it, absolutely loving the Gemini on this shoot.
Welcome to day 3. Just reviewing some footage from yesterday and making sure we're happy, which we very much are. The camera team are just setting up for second shot of the day, which is where the train's moving. We're filming all Dan's stuff today, who's the chap underneath the train as it's moving, so we've adjusted blue screens so we can simulate the train moving. Sat here with Connor, who's doing all our audio.
Hello.
Very good work. Doing a sterling job. And also Andy, who's Mr. Organised.
Hello.
He's keeping our digital files where they need to be, which is very handy when it comes to the post-production editing suite, to make sure everything's where it needs to be so we can find it nice and easily. But yeah, it's been an old grueling few days, but we really enjoyed it, and everyone's done a banging job, actors, cast and crew. So yeah, last day on location here at Didcot, over to the final scenes tomorrow in Worcestershire.
Well, we've got to clean Dan up now to get him dirty again. But the next scene he's going to be muddy rather than covered in engine grease. So he's got that many different things on him at the moment that we have to use a mixture of different products, from baby oil to isopropyl alcohol and cleanser. It's a pretty long process. It can take longer to clean someone up than it can put the makeup on.
So, the last day of Francois, what can I say? It's been incredible. The cast, the crew, everybody has just been 120%. Their attitudes have been fantastic, and I can't thank everybody enough. So like I say, it's the last day, the final 2 scenes. We're here in the basement of the French Resistance headquarters. John has been thrown off the train. He's woken up here. Nobody knows what's going on. It's a nice little cliffhanger. I'm making a cameo as Leon. Leon makes a part in the feature film, but it's only a tiny section for the concept. But now we're on to the night shoot of The Field, where John has escaped from the prisoner of war camp. Should be nice and cold for us all. But yeah, can't wait for you to see the finished film.
Right, here we are on the final location of the film. This is actually the first scene of the film, but we're filming it last, basically. We are in Alverley. We're in a field full of sheep, but they've all buggered off over there because they're quite scared of what's going on, bless them. We're just waiting for it to get dark. The lights are going up. Dan is in makeup, ready to come on screen. This is World War II Germany at the moment, so Dan will have escaped his prisoner of war camp, and he'll be running across this field. And what we filmed last night over in Didcot is where he finds. So he finds this railway centre, and that's where he decides to lay up for the night. But this is his route to the railway centre, so we're going to be film him coming down here at a rate of knots. We've got 2 camera setups. We're going to go on a shoulder rig to start with, and then we're going to get the Ronin 2 out and get some nice steady stuff. So it's getting cold, but yeah, nearly there, and looking forward to wrapping and getting this thing on the computer so we can have a look at everything. So yeah, let's do it.
Right, everybody, that is a wrap. Well done. Well done, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.